What if 2025 is not just another year? For many believers and scholars of the Bible, this year could mark a turning point in humanity's journey, aligning with ancient prophecies foretold thousands of years ago. From the rebuilding of the Third Temple in Jerusalem to the rise of global surveillance, increasing economic disparity, and the push for a one-world religion, the world seems to be moving in directions that closely mirror biblical warnings about the end times. In this video, we'll dive deep into these four major trends that not only dominate today's headlines, but also have profound roots in biblical scripture. Each of these trends reveals striking parallels with prophecies that have been debated and analyzed for centuries. Before we dive in, here's something to think about. Are these events coincidences, or are they signs of what's to come? Let us know your thoughts in the comments as we explore this fascinating topic. Let's start with the heart of many end-time prophecies, the Third Temple. Throughout Scripture, the Temple in Jerusalem holds immense spiritual and prophetic significance. Daniel 9 verse 27, Matthew 24 verse 15, and 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 4 all point to the pivotal role of the temple in the last days. According to these passages, the Third Temple will not only signify Israel's spiritual restoration, but also set the stage for the arrival of the Antichrist, who will desecrate it in an act of ultimate rebellion against God. Recent developments indicate that momentum toward rebuilding the temple is growing. In Israel, organizations like the Temple Institute have already created blueprints, crafted sacred objects, and trained priests to carry out temple rituals. Why 2025? Some scholars suggest that this could be the year when geopolitical and technological advancements align to make the temple's reconstruction a reality. However, this remains a deeply divisive issue, with religious and political ramifications that could reshape the Middle East and the world. In Revelation 13 verses 16 to 17, we read about a system of control where no one can buy or sell without the mark of the beast. While this might have seemed unimaginable centuries ago, today, it's becoming alarmingly plausible with the rapid advancements in surveillance and digital technology. Countries worldwide are embracing biometric systems, cashless payment platforms, and artificial intelligence-powered monitoring tools. In China, for example, the social credit system monitors and scores citizens' behavior. Meanwhile, facial recognition software is being deployed globally, and microchip implants are being tested for everything from health tracking to financial transactions. By 2025, experts predict that these systems will become even more integrated into everyday life. While some argue that these technologies enhance security and efficiency, others warn that they could lead to unprecedented levels of global control. Could this technological evolution be setting the stage for the fulfillment of Revelation's warning? If so, how do we as individuals navigate this new reality while staying true to our beliefs? Another trend that aligns with biblical prophecy is the growing divide between the rich and the poor. In 2 Timothy 3 verses 1 to 2, Paul warns that in the last days, people will be lovers of money, consumed by greed and selfishness. Reports from organizations like Oxfam and the World Bank reveal that wealth concentration is reaching unprecedented levels. By 2025, the wealthiest 1% of the population is expected to control nearly half of the world's resources, while millions continue to struggle with poverty and hunger. This economic disparity is eerily reminiscent of the scenes described in Revelation 6 verses 5 to 6, where a day's wages afford only a small measure of wheat, symbolizing scarcity and inequality. Could this growing divide be a precursor to the economic upheaval foretold in Scripture? As we reflect on this, it's important to consider how these economic trends affect not just nations, but individuals and families. Are we becoming too focused on material wealth, neglecting the spiritual truths that truly sustain us? Finally, let's turn to a topic that has been generating significant debate: the push for global religious unity. Revelation 17 warns of the rise of a false global religion, described as Babylon the Great. This prophecy speaks of a system that unites people under a deceptive spiritual framework, ultimately leading them away from God. In recent years, movements like the Global Compact on Education and interfaith dialogues have gained traction. Pope Francis, for instance, has been a vocal advocate for religious harmony, emphasizing common values and shared goals. While these initiatives aim to foster peace, some critics fear they could pave the way for a one-world religion. The question remains: is this push for unity a genuine effort to promote understanding, or is it a subtle step toward the fulfillment of prophetic warnings? As believers, we are called to discern the times and remain faithful to the truth of Scripture. These four trends, the preparation for the Third Temple, the rise of global surveillance, increasing greed, and the push for a one-world religion, are not just events of our time. They echo ancient prophecies that have guided and warned humanity for millennia. As we look to 2025, it's vital to ask ourselves, are these developments merely the result of human progress and ambition, or are they signs of a divine plan unfolding before our eyes? While we may not know the exact timeline, the Bible encourages us to stay watchful and prepared. This is a time to strengthen our faith, deepen our understanding of Scripture, and live with purpose and compassion.